Hey guys, it's Ashley, Scrapping Nerd, and I'm back today with a layout for 31 days of Cutfiles. And this cut file is from day 5, and MK from Some Assemblage Required. This is her week 2. And so I pulled in my Vicky Boutin Discover and Create collection. I have the puffy stickers, I have some ephemera, and then the regular stickers. And I pulled in 2 pieces of cardstock, but I will only end up using this one actually. And I'm doing something a little different. I'm doing a pocket page. So my layout will be a little choppy because I don't want you guys to have to watch me do the same thing to 8 pockets for when I do the kind of the background parts. And this is the cut file, this little hiking guy. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to do this kind of yellowish background or the blue background. And I end up doing the bluish one because I cut my little guy out of craft cardstock. And I use Distress ink and Vintage Photo to ink all of my edges of the cut file and then of the background pieces that I put in my pockets. And I also use Distress Spray in Vintage Photo to add some mixed media to the background papers in my pockets. And so, like I said, it's a little choppy, and I will kind of go through each of the pockets. I'll work on my background first, and like I said, I decided on this blue one because I thought it made the little hiking guy stand out more. And I was able to use just one cardstock paper for the pockets, and there's a few things I have to do to kind of finagle that because I always have like little edges left over, and so I do things to kind of adjust for that. And so you see here, I'm just going to get those backgrounds cut. And this pocket page, I have done the other side. And I like to stick my pieces together on both sides in the pocket. It helps to kind of bulk up the pocket a little bit so that things don't slide out. And then also so that if they do slide out, it's not just like the front side or the back side and then you can see the paper. I just like to have it kind of glued together, both front and back parts, so it is one thing in the pocket. And I just feel like that helps to keep it secure in the pocket as well as just looks better. And so I'm just, like I said, going through, pulling out all of the paper or the pockets that I've already done on the other side, and I'm sticking them down to that blue paper so that I can get my background pieces done. And the only thing I hate about when I don't know what's going to go on the other side of the pocket is then I embellish on my pockets. And so like some of these, like this one has a little compass on it. And so it makes it a little bumpy when I'm trying to glue things or keep things straight because they've already been done on that side. And so I tend to like to do both sides of the pockets together just so that I can add the bulky embellishments after I have each of the parts on both sides done. It just makes it hard to get in and out of my trimmer or to line things up because it's just a little bulky, but I just didn't do that. The other side, I had matched it to a 12 by 12 and I hadn't picked out the photos for this side. And these photos are from when we went to Sedona, actually for my birthday, and we went on this little hike. And so these are just, most of the photos are pictures I took of my husband. There's one of me doing a selfie with him behind there, but he's like looking at the map of this like hiking trail park thing that we were at. And so I thought that it was perfect to go with the cut file. And the bottom one is him standing in this gigantic tree just because I was like, this tree is huge. And then I made him stand there for reference, and he's 6 foot, maybe 6'1". I don't know. He's tall. I'm short, so everyone's tall to me, but this tree was huge. And so I used him as a reference, and then there's just one of him on this really pretty bridge. And I also pulled in a picture that I thought was funny, that there was a sign and it said, "Danger, cliff, do not go beyond this sign." And I just thought that was kind of funny. And so I put that picture in here. And this is where I'm working on the cut file. The two middle pockets, I'm going to put the hiking guy there, but because it's the two pockets, I have to cut him in half. And so I pulled the two out, and then I will do the bottom part of the hiking guy and get him glued, and then cut that, and then do the top part. And I want him to fit on the two pieces. So the way I line it up is I work from the bottom up for the bottom part, and then from the top down for that. And then the piece that I end up cutting out will still look like it lines up in the pocket if you do it that way. You just kind of get them where you want. And the other thing too is I try to make sure that the two pockets are cut exactly the same so that I can line them up like I'm doing here and get everything together. And I cut off the little trail with the geotag. I will put that in the pocket in a little bit later on, but I didn't want it in this pocket here. And so I didn't really do much to him. I just, like I said, inked him with the vintage photo, but I really like how it turned out just being in the pocket. And I thought that was a fun way to use a cut file as well. It doesn't have to be always on a 12 by 12. I had thought about cutting him smaller and just doing like a little tiny hiking guy, but with these photos, I didn't have two photos for the middle pockets. And so I was like, oh, it'll be really good to put him in there. And I couldn't put him in one of the 4x6 pockets because those are where all the photos are. So, but I finally got all the background parts cut. So now I can work on each of the pockets. And it's funny because it's kind of like doing 8 different layouts with a pocket page. You would think that they would be a lot easier, but I always take the longest on these pocket pages and trying to get them lined up and where my ephemera is going to go. And so they tend to take me a little bit longer than just doing a 12 by 12. But here's where I'm working on that picture that says the danger cliff. And the sign, the picture was too big. And so I cut off the bottom part of the picture so it would fit in the pocket size. And I didn't like how you didn't see the bottom of the sign. So I just glued the bottom of the picture on the top. So it just looks like it's a tiny sign, but it gets the point across. We just thought that it was such a funny sign to have. And I took the vintage photo and some bubble wrap and just splotched it on the back because I wanted to just have some texture to the ones behind the photo. I didn't do it for the middle one with the hiking guy because I wanted him to stand out really, really well. I didn't want it to get blended in with the kind of a mixed media background. And so I only did it on the other where the pictures are. And I did only corners where you would see it sticking through. And I trimmed photos to make sure that you could see some of that mixed media. And like I said, this is choppy because I'm not going to make you watch me do it, completely. I did the mixed media to each of the pockets, and then I used the distress ink to ink all the edges for all 8 pockets. And so I didn't think you needed to see that 8 times, and so that's where the choppiness comes in. And then this is like what I was saying, where when I have something, it doesn't fully cover, like one 12 by 12 page cardstock doesn't fully cover the pocket pages, then I'll do stuff like this with the washi tape where I'll cut it so that you'll see it on the top and the bottom where the picture doesn't cover it, and then I have this washi tape that just covers the space between. And I'll do that for the upper 2 right and left pockets because the bottom, it's not completely covered. So I just use the blue polka dot washi and put it along the bottom of each of those pockets to hide that space that I wasn't able to cover with the paper. And then like here, I show the washi tape, and then ink the edges and do my mixed media. While I'm getting through all that, thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm having so much fun, and I'm working through the 31 days of Cutfiles, and I enjoy them. And so you guys coming by to watch my videos and comments or likes, I just love interacting with you guys. Make sure that you check out all of the information in the description box. There's a Facebook page for the 31 days of Cutfiles, and there's just loads of inspiration. You get to see what all these amazing crafty peeps do with the Cutfiles. Some of it's just, well, all of it's amazing. And there's the link to Janet Fritz of Galaxy Girl Creations. Go give her some loves. A link to MK's YouTube, and also to the Some Assemblage Required shop. I have all that below, so give that some love. MK has amazing things in her shop. So make sure you go and peruse that description box. And here I'm finishing up. I decided, I haven't really done this where I put something on the front of the pocket page. So I loved this Discover title from the Vicky Boutin Discover and Create. It's so colorful, and I just really liked it, and I thought it would look really good on here, but it's a puffy sticker, and so I decided to glue it to the front of the pocket page, and I used art glitter glue, and so it should be fine. It should stay. We'll find out. You know, it's a learning game here, and if it doesn't work out, I have more of these pocket pages, but I don't foresee I have a problem. And once it's in the album, it'll just help keep it there. But here's where I did the geotag, and I wanted it kind of sticking up in the bottom left of that top right photo. So I got that lined up where I wanted it, and I put wherever you are, be all there over the top, and then I just kind of finagled that extra little trail from the cut file to come down over the bottom right photo and underneath that Discover title. And so I like how that looked. And then I just pulled out a bunch of the little ephemera, the flower, the mushrooms. I'll put embrace this moment, and also it says love this. And I stick a little camera, so just kind of embellishing the photos a little bit. I did find a bunch of these squirrely arrows, so I do put that on a couple of them. So the top middle photo is just kind of a scenic photo that I filled the whole pocket with, and so I just put one of the little swirly arrows there as well. And there's one in the bottom left and the bottom right. Just the fun little arrows from the sticker sheet. But that is gonna be the pocket page, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there with this video. Like I said, I know the pocket pages get kind of choppy. It's just I don't think that you want to sit for 5 hours while I do the same thing 8 times. But and again, make sure you check out that description box, and I hope that everyone has a great day. Bye.